Welcome back to CypCast. We are talking about the Euros 2020 final, which I'm pleased to say that England won!
Woo.
We didn't.
Oh.
We fucking lost, unfortunately. But you know what? We lost to cheats.
Nah, who's what?
Yeah.
Ha, lol.
Lost
Actually,
to
I don't think I've
cheats,
heard you
thanks.
make that joke before.
Really?
Oh, that's actually quite unique
Nah,
for me
who's
for
what?
once.
You know what? Nah, who's what? I mean, that's not really a unique joke.
Yeah, but it's unique to you. You don't usually come out with that kind of joke.
Eh, eh,
Anyway, let's get this one done
we
fairly
didn't lose to
quickly
cheats
because
either.
we're
but
all
sure.
just depressed.
I'm not.
Some of us
Just
are.
won the Champions League. I'm gassed still.
We did just win it. We won it like 2 months ago now. It's kind of
Yeah,
been
and it's
done
still
now,
gas.
but- Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. Whenever I watch the highlights, I still get happy from it. But
Yes.
it's still upsetting that England lost after what was an amazing tournament for them up until
Yeah,
the
but Champions League's
loss.
better, so dab.
Yeah, now we're facing Villarreal in the Super Cup on the 11th of August.
Yes. Yes.
So, we all watched the game for England. Majority of us were at the pub. Sam, I think, did you have work that day? And then watched it at home.
No, it was Sunday, wasn't it? No, I just wanted to watch with family and all
Fair
that.
enough. So, the predictions. This should be interesting. England and Italy. Sam said 1-0, Sterling tapping from a Luke Shaw cross.
I mean, I was right about
Luke
Luke
Shaw.
Shaw getting something.
Yeah.
I mean, it was kind of a tap-in. It wasn't. It was mad as goal.
Mate, the finish was insane. Taylor
Yeah,
said
so good.
1-0
It was a
England.
violent finish.
Sterling, Kane assist, and I said 2-0 England. Sterling and Kane both assisted by Reece James. Reece James didn't even play. And then the final prediction was
At least he
England
was
to
in the
win.
squad this time.
Yay!
England to win. Southgate to get a knighthood. New UK bank holiday, but not for
I mean,
Scotland.
that could be true.
The knighthood is still potentially
I
going
don't-
ahead. The bank holiday was going
Bank
ahead, but then it
holiday,
wasn't. But
nah.
then it was, but then it wasn't. And as far as I'm aware, it's not going ahead right now. But it could, for all I know, they could change their mind tomorrow and then change it again the next day. But basically, it seems Southgate will get a knighthood for getting us into the final after 55 fucking years. But we're not going to get a
Dude.
bank holiday.
Fudge.
I mean, there's still a potential for a bank holiday because of other health reasons, which will be discussed in a different podcast. Being the vibes.
Coming soon to a CypCast near you.
I mean, I'm all
Exactly.
for gassing a bunch of random frauds, but Southgate, should he be knighted for just getting to the final?
I don't know. Maybe
Yes.
I don't know because I mean knighthood is quite a prestigious thing, but
Yeah, I thought at first just give him like an upgrade on his OBE or
an
MBE or
upgrade.
whatever he
It's
has.
like a fucking
Biggest
A tier.
upgrade.
Thing is, he did get us to
New
the
An
An
final.
upgrade on an OBE is just a BBE. BBE!
Then an upgrade on that is a BBC. So Southgate got us to the final of a major tournament for the first time since 1966.
Yeah,
Is that worthy
Southgate's
of a-
last got us
Is
to
that
like
worthy of a
1966.
knighthood?
It's quite old, you see.
I would rather he won it and then got it, but honestly, I'm not.
I mean, either
be
way.
bothered
I
at
mean, I
all.
think either way he deserves it. He just deserved it more if he got the win.
Yeah.
So ended up being 1-1 through 90 minutes and then extra time, and then Italy unfortunately won 3-2 on pens. So remember that I said that I wasn't that worried about facing Italy. You can imagine.
Turns out Italy
can- no,
are
but-
good.
No, they're good, yeah. But turns out my thoughts about facing them were proven right to an extent in the first 2 minutes when Luke Shaw scored in 2 minutes. I was like, okay, I'm very
That was
relaxed
so
right now.
good.
Ah, yes,
I-
early goal counter attack. They must be terrible.
I was partly correct, but in the long run, I was fucking like.
It was partly correct, but I wasn't in the end.
No,
So
no.
what
But
you're
the
saying
thing
is you
right,
weren't partly correct.
At the start, I was like, "Oh, I'm so relaxed because we just scored. We can hold on to this for as long as we need potentially." I mean, we
What?
held on to it. Well, we held on to it for the whole half, and then like a few, like 10
That's why
minutes or
football's
something of the
best sport in
second
the world,
half.
though, isn't it?
I know.
Anything can happen. You
I was
can't
really,
get cocky.
I was really hoping that we'd hold on to that one goal for the entire thing, but we just couldn't. But
That's why I don't really like Park the Bus.
from the second
Yeah,
half
you can't do it in real
onwards,
life, which is what Charlie keeps saying.
second half onwards,
It
not
doesn't work against good teams.
even before Bonucci scored, I was thinking like, I'm actually getting scared now, because
Yeah, no,
we-
they
How
dominated.
did that go
Didn't
in?
they have like 70% possession over?
we
or
have
some shit?
we had
Yeah,
45
we checked
minutes
that today,
to
something like
defend
that.
our goal, and that's quite hard to do against a team like Italy.
Yeah, you can't
Mhm.
sit back and defend and.
No, I wasn't saying that we should park
Weirdly,
the bus.
that's pretty much what we did.
I wasn't saying that we should park the bus.
But
I was
that
just
is what you
thinking, like-
normally say, though. You like,
Yeah,
oh, we're winning,
no.
park the bus.
Yeah, to be
And
honest,
it's
no,
like,
but
well,
to
this
be
is
fair,
showing you why you can't do that.
To be fair, that's more of a like in the moment thing, and then I'm like, there's people like, I don't know, say for example, like, okay, I can't speak. Say for example, when we scored the first goal against Germany, I could have said, now we parked the bus, but you can't do that against people like Werner and Havertz and Müller and all that. So in the moment, you're like, okay, let's park the bus, but then when you begin to realise, they got Havertz, they got Werner, you're like, maybe can't really do that, can we? So the stats at the end were shots,
Like
19,
21 bloody
yeah,
shots.
19 shots
Oh,
Italy
okay.
had. We had 6. They had 6 on target.
So
We had
bad.
2. They had
Oh.
66% possession. They
1966.
Lads.
Dun dun dun.
they nearly doubled our passes.
Why was it?
We
I mean,
had-
I'm not surprised. We're a tiki-taka team.
Yeah, no,
aren't
I
they,
can't
though?
lie.
Jorginho,
Second
Verratti.
half, second half they were dominating possession. Fucking hell, we couldn't
Jeez,
get
what
the
do they
ball.
have?
Well, they
Their stats?
426 passes for us, 820 for them. Pass accuracy 88% them, 74% us. But this is when it gets a bit interesting, right? Sam, have you seen the stats?
No, not yet.
Guess how many fouls they had?
I swear it's like 21 or something. Bro.
Yeah, that was bang on 21.
I
We
did
had
hear
13.
that. Yeah.
We had 1 yellow, which was Maguire. They had 5 yellow cards. 5
So
offsides. We had 1 offside. 3 corners. We had 5 corners. They had literally,
And they score
right?
from a corner too. Technically.
Oh, yeah, kind of off a rebound thing, yeah.
Yeah.
So if you take all their players that were like playing for the entire match, excluding Donnarumma because he only has to save the goals he only has to save.
You've only got
shots.
to save the goals.
No, but the thing is, right? Other than saving the shots, he doesn't. The goalkeeper doesn't do anything. Like they don't like go about like
the
passing.
build-up. Did you see some of Pickford's passes?
Yeah, no,
Brilliant,
don't
eh?
get me wrong. Like they pass around to
They're
people
vital
and
for
like
build-up
save shots,
nowadays.
but like they're not the ones like making the chances. Is what I mean, kind of thing. Most of the time, anyway.
Well, I mean, you should see Edison. Bloody
Yeah, I mean,
hell.
yeah, you can make a good pass and make a chance, but most of the time, like you're gonna pass to just a teammate and then they get it down the pitch. So if you exclude the goalkeeper, all their players that were playing actively throughout the entire 90 minutes, half their fucking team got yellow cards.
Mad.
And
And there were shouts
arguably,
for red cards too.
yeah, arguably, Jorginho should have got a red and for his challenge on
awesome.
Grealish, and Cellini definitely should have got a red. Finley,
No, not really.
are you saying this sarcastically?
No, I'm being serious. Laws of the game, he just pulled him back. Shirt grab, pulled him back. It wasn't violent contact, and it wasn't violent contact, and it didn't stop a goal scoring opportunity. It's a yellow card.
It's a red.
No, it's not. It's not. Genuinely, it's not.
Yeah, they
How's
got
that
that
not
one
red?
spot on, honestly.
Yeah.
I feel like it should be a red because like he's
No,
I mean,
why you feel like it should
the
be a
thing-
red?
no,
Yeah, but
okay,
by the
yeah,
laws of the game and by
yeah.
the rules, neither are red cards. Both decisions were spot on.
thing is,
There were shouts for them anyway.
he's fully gone and like, rather than tackling him with his feet, he's fully gone and just yanked Sanka back. Oh, not Sanka, sorry, Saka. He's fully gone and
Yeah,
yanked
because
him
he'd
back.
already beaten him though.
Exactly.
You have to
That's
stop
the
him
thing.
getting past you.
Yeah, but surely there's better ways than literally pulling them back by force.
Now he's like he's a mid
Dark
30-year-old
arts.
defender.
I
He's
mean,
ancient and slow as feck. But his intelligence and experience in the game knew that if he didn't do it, he would be through on goal.
see, the
To
thing
stop
is,
him being
right?
through on goal, to stop him getting a goal scoring opportunity, to stop anyone else getting a red card, he got a yellow. It was an
Thing is,
intelligent
right?
play.
Thing is, there was a stat that came out after that. No one managed to dribble past Cellini
Oh,
and
yeah.
someone else. I can't remember the other player, but it was Cellini and someone else. And people like,
Really?
oh well,
I assume.
Saka was about to, but then he got fucking yanked back and got taken
Yeah.
down to the ground.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, because that's where he just ran in front of him and received the ball, but I don't know.
See, the thing
I
is,
don't
like,
remember.
the ball gets crossed over from the
Wasn't
looks
really
of
a dribble,
things.
just a...
The ball, no, well, the ball gets crossed over, goes past Cellini. Saka's there to go and get it, and then Cellini literally just yanks Saka back and pulls him down to the ground. It's
Mhm.
the thing is, it's not like he didn't yank him back like by like the bottom of the shirt. It was feeling like by the neck and everything.
Mhm.
Yeah, it weren't
That
great.
that
No one's
is
saying it was a
quite
good
dangerous.
tackle.
That's why they
Mm.
gave it yellow then.
Yeah, because it was still a foul. It just wasn't violent contact or found dangerous play kind of thing.
Yeah, if it wasn't on the touchline or near the pen or pen box or whatever, I would be saying, send him off red.
Yeah, it'd be
At
a
the
red
time, I
if
was
he was
just like,
through on goal, but he
book
wasn't
him.
through on goal. It just got past the
The
halfway
thing
line.
is, though, how is yanking someone backwards and putting them to the ground by the neck not violent conduct?
Because he didn't punch him.
No, he just fucking nearly strangled the guy.
You pulled him back. That's what players do. You grab him by the shirt, you pull him back.
yeah, but where
I'm
on
not
the
saying
shirt,
it's
though?
okay. That's why it's a foul. Well, it doesn't matter. It's still all it is a shirt pull. He didn't grab him by the neck, did he? He just grabbed him from the collar.
So do you think that in a way... I mean, do you think... I don't really think there's much debate about they play dirty.
Yeah.
That's proven by the 5 yellow cards.
Yeah, but they had to. They had to, and it worked for them. And I wish we had played like it as well, dominating possession, getting the win at all costs.
Thing is, though, like, if you play dirty and you don't play fair, then, like, it's just not that satisfying, I guess, to win. Because it's
How's
like,
it not?
yeah,
You still win.
yeah. I mean, you still won.
I'm sorry, that's
you
not
still,
good.
No, you still won, but you won by being a prick and by basically.
No, but they didn't win by being a prick because they completely outplayed us as well. Hence the 70-odd% possession.
They had 5 yellow cards. That's half their team doing illegal fouls.
Yeah, but they completely outplayed us as well. You need to use your eyes as
They
well.
they outplayed us. They outplayed us when they weren't bullying us.
Mm.
The thing is, right? They can outplay us without needing to pull us by
You know,
our
but
necks.
how many more yellows did they get? And then how many more passes did they get?
100.
So, yeah, exactly. So they outplayed us
100
more
every
than
100
they
passes, they get a
outfouled
yellow.
us then, didn't they? Yeah, so they were clearly more better than us than they were dirtier than us. I don't know if that's English or not, but I mean,
Yeah, we get what you're saying, yeah.
at the end of the day, as unfortunate as it is, the team who deserved to win won.
Yeah, see, the thing is, I feel like the Italian fans deserved the win, but the Italian team didn't. And
How did the team not though?
Well,
They-
because of the amount of illegal tackles that they made. Like, it's
What do
just
you mean?
been
It's
like no.
it's not
but
that-
I think you're looking for the wrong words. Maybe not deserved, but not, I don't know the words to say there.
Because I feel like the Italian team shouldn't have got the win, but the fans should have. But
Hell, they
our
completely
team-
outplayed us.
our team deserved the win, but our fans didn't.
Yeah, but we didn't deserve
Ah,
the win.
I
We
see
did
what you
nothing
mean.
all game.
Yeah,
We did nothing all game other
'Cause
than
we-
the first goal though.
we were playing fair, but our fans were
Right.
being like twats in the street. But then the Italian fans were being just normal people in the street and just minding their own business, but the team were just making illegal fouls all the fucking game.
It is annoying.
I feel like the
It's
fans
frustrating,
deserve it
but
more
it's
than
what
the
you've
team.
got to do. Yeah, but the teams, Italy still deserved it more than us. fans or team. The team deserved it more as well. The players, because they outplayed us. With the
Well,
fouls or not, they still outplayed us, and that's clearly shown by the amount of shots on target,
In
the amount of
fact,
possession, the amount of
I wanna
passes, pass
quickly.
accuracy, and all.
I want to look at all their games from this tournament and see how many yellows they got in as a whole.
No clue, but
Let's see if they set a new
I imagine
record.
a lot.
So Italy versus Spain,
Nah,
let's
surely
do. So 6th of July, Italy versus Spain. They got 2 yellow cards and
Okay.
no reds. Then Italy versus Switzerland was not even this year. Okay, Italy Euros. I'll just put.
Just look up the Euro campaign.
Here we go. Yeah. Okay. So Belgium, they had 1 yellow card and no reds.
Mhm.
Spain, and then obviously us. And
Yeah,
then
they're not a dirty team.
who did Italy play in the round of 16?
Austria.
Austria. Right.
Yeah, Charlie, they're
Mhm.
not a dirty team. They just did what they had to on the day, and it worked.
I still feel like
It's as simple as that.
2 yellow cards against Austria. Austria had 3.
Oh,
So
really?
okay. So it seemed like they
But then
were.
again, Austria. He's
It
also
seemed-
racist, so.
It seems that they really turned up the. What's the right word?
Aggression.
Yeah, they turned up the aggression
Mm.
for the final, which does make sense. You know, like I mean,
You've got to go
yeah, no,
all
it
out
makes
for
sense. Like that's like I was saying in the pub, like in a final, you're gonna see the most amount of like fouls and all that because you want to have the ball all the time.
And you won't get missed, and you won't miss a game if you actually do pick up a yellow.
Yeah.
Unlike
Actually,
if it's the group
What happens
stages,
with all
if
those
it's
yellows?
the
Do they just
knockouts.
get like? Do they just get revoked after the game?
Doesn't matter really. Yeah, it's over.
So then, wait. Oh, who was it that got? Did a Chelsea player get sent? No, I think. What was
Do you
Aspie's
think
red?
about Foden?
Aspie's red card that they appealed. What one was that in? What game was? Was that Premier League? Or was that...
Bad.
remember what
Yeah,
it
I'm
was
trying to
now.
think now, but that was a while ago.
So Italy eventually won
Thinking of
3-2
the
on
right one?
pens.
I don't know.
Unfortunately, Rashford and Saka missed their. Well,
Yeah.
Rashford actually missed it. Saka's got saved. Unfortunate, but they tried. I mean, Saka's 19.
Jeez, youngest player in the squad.
Yeah, Grealish wanted to do a pen instead, which I don't know. Maybe it would have been better. We'll never know for that one. But
Saka should have never been put on the pen.
no.
So
Never.
silly.
He'd never taken a professional penalty in his life.
Like literally,
And they
his
put him
pen.
on the vital pen.
Yeah, the
you
most
put your
vital
best
pen.
player on the vital pen, and Kane was on the first one, not the last, so it's not really.
Do you not
Mhm.
maybe Southgate put Kane on the first pen to like just try and get it over and done with kind of thing?
If they do that, I'm all for that. But then why would you have such a bad pen taker at the last?
I mean,
Then you would be banking on the first players to score, surely. I just don't get it.
Jorginho's pen got saved, thankfully.
Yeah, I don't know, 100%. 100%.
Was it actually
success
100%?
rate in pen shootout.
Fucking
Jorginho's,
hell.
yeah.
Is that in like all
He had never-
competitions? Like
In his
So-
whole career, he'd never
Pretty
missed
sure,
one in
yeah.
a pen
he's
shootout.
never missed a single put like in Premier League or wherever.
In a
in a
shootout.
shootout.
Oh right. And now he's
Mhm.
wow, big up Pickford. I was
Yeah.
particularly happy about Jorginho's getting saved because I knew that Sam would fucking suck his dick if he scored it.
Yeah, I wanted him to miss so bad.
Yeah, no, everyone wanted him to miss, but it was unrealistic. I mean,
Funnily
obviously,
enough,
I'm glad
I
it happened,
kind
but it
of
was unrealistic.
I wanted Jorginho's to get saved or miss or whatever, more so that Sam can't big up if he scored more than. So I wanted him to miss more for Sam than for England winning.
You're actually just more paranoid about me than you are about the actual game.
No, I mean,
You realise I'm not serious when I'm gassing up these players. You realise I do still want England to win, yeah?
You definitely make it out to be like you're serious. Against Croatia, you
No,
picked up Kovacic more than anyone on
I
the
want the
pitch.
Chelsea players to do well, and I want
Yes.
Chelsea players to be recognised and achieve individual things.
Yes.
But I'm not going to prioritise them over the team I'm supporting, Charlie.
So, are you saying you wanted Jorginho to score or not?
No, because it would have knocked us out.
Right,
That would have
okay.
been, if he scores, we would have lost.
But would you have been slightly? I mean, to be
I would
okay,
have been happy for him,
if
but
he
not
scored,
for us. I wouldn't have been happy.
if he scored and we lost anyway, then I would have been happy for him. But if we scored and we won, I don't know. I might have still been happy for him, to be honest.
So what we found
Actually,
out
wait,
is
hang on.
from all the
Did I word
criticising
that
you've
badly?
given me, you're more of a plastic for me.
Wait, no. So if he
It's
scored,
because-
if he scored and we lost, I would have been
Same.
against it. If he scored but we still won, I would have been somewhat happy for him because like we still won anyway. But
Why would you be happy for him, Bob? It's like, congrats, you scored a pointless penalty.
yeah, but he is a Chelsea player that has 100%
Yes, you scored.
success rate on
you
pens.
scored.
In
Yeah, but it's not from
competitions.
pens, it's from shootouts.
Yeah, from shootouts, but like he has 100% success, or he had 100% success rate.
Mhm.
To be
I'm
fair, it's
just
probably-
happy
it's not
Pickford
really hard to
saved
get
it
that
to the.
I'm
Did you
not
see the
really-
video of Pickford bigging up himself, saying it was no problem before the pen too? So good.
I'm kind of surprised that. I mean, wait, was Pickford in the running for Golden Glove?
He won
won
it
it.
before we even got to the final.
Did he win it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So
Before we even got to the
Yeah.
final, he had won it. He had guaranteed it as soon as we won the semi-final.
see, I thought that Donnarumma got Golden Glove, but he got played. He got I think it was played the tournament.
Play the entire tournament. For God's
Yeah,
sake.
which was bullshit since he wasn't even the best keeper. Never mind
It
best
is literally.
player, and
It is
he arguably
literally.
wasn't even the best Italian. That probably
It-
should have been Jorginho.
Yeah.
It's literally
And
just
probably
because he
Sinazzola
saved Saka's
if-
pen.
Yeah,
That is
it's
that's
bullshit.
probably the only just because he saved Saka's pen. That's probably the only reason.
It's
he did
because
it.
of his shootout heroics in the semis and
Yeah,
final,
because he did it in the semis and final. Yeah.
See, I
which
didn't
over
even
2
know
games, it's just
who got.
Which is what I tried saying to you earlier about the player of the season debate and top Euros players. You can't give these awards to players over a minority of games.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Jordan Pickford.
I would
Golden
like
Glove.
someone that's performed in the group stages as well. Yeah.
Yeah, you need to
Then-
be consistent.
Not taking
That's what it's
anything
all
away
about.
from him,
It's about
but-
the whole campaign is what it's about.
Mm.
So to award someone based on a couple of games defeats the whole point of the award.
don't get me wrong,
Ronaldo's
great
Golden Boot
keeper.
winner.
Even still, Sommer, Schmeichel, better tournaments than him.
Then who was
I
Golden
mean,
Boy?
anyway. Pedri. Oh, Golden Boy? Do you
Yeah,
mean Golden Boy or do you mean Young Player of the Tournament?
Isn't that what the young player of the tournament is?
Golden
Golden-
Boy is like
Golden-
a...
Golden
Us-
Boys over the whole season or year even. Or
So
whatever
what's
it
the
is.
young player of the tournament then? What's that? It's got
Pedri.
something in it.
Yeah, it's just best
You're
young
talking
player of the
about,
tournament.
like...
I thought it was like because they do Golden Glove for best keeper or something.
No, Golden Boy is like the Ballon d'Or for young players.
Yeah.
Right, because I
So it's
thought
over
Golden
the entire
Boy.
year, not tournament.
So Golden Glove is the keeper. Golden Boot is the striker. I thought Golden Boy was the best young player of that tournament. So like Saka could have won it for being the best young player, for example, because he's only 19. So what's it called
yeah.
then?
Just Young Player of the Tournament.
Is it just young player of the tournament?
Yeah.
And who won it again?
No, they have the young player
Pedri.
of the season, don't they?
Pedri. Who does he play for?
Barca.
Barca?
Oh, interesting. Well then,
Yeah. Which I think is fair enough.
did you think
That's a
that
good
happened?
Yeah,
pick.
no, he
Did-
was class. He did
so
pretty well for
yeah,
Spain.
Pickford got Golden Glove. Ronaldo
Yep.
got Golden Boot. Pedri
Shared
got.
with Schick.
Oh wow. Pedri got
I'm
Young
pretty
Player
sure
of the Tournament.
that's it.
Is that who you thought it'd be for those lot?
I guess Pedri's probably the best
Yeah.
young player out of all the young players in the tournament.
Do you mean
Pickford.
beforehand, or do you mean?
Well, like so going in. So like before the group, just before the group stages started, did you have any idea of who might win it?
I mean, I didn't make any predictions, but
Yeah, but just in
I
your
suppose
head.
those are the stand-up players. I mean, Ronaldo. He's Ronaldo.
Yeah, I don't think people would have thought Pickford, to be honest, because
Yeah.
Maguire and Stones, I mean, as good as Stones has been, and Maguire seems to be improving, they're not Bonucci, Chiellini level.
Exactly.
So do you
Yeah, they
reckon
beat him.
Sterling could have won Golden Boot if Ronaldo didn't set the records?
What do you mean?
Well, I'm guessing Ronaldo got Golden Boot because he set a new record, like most goals in a European Championship or something.
He got
And
Golden Boot, yeah.
yeah, so I'm assuming he
It's
got
got
Golden
nothing to
Boot
do
because of
with
that.
records and all that. No, Golden Boot's just who scores the most goals. That's
Oh, is
all
it?
it is. Yes.
Yeah.
Never mind.
It's nothing to do with strikers, Charlie, which is what you said earlier. It's nothing to do
Well,
with
then-
positions. A defender could
chicken
get it. It's
Ronaldo,
just
by
if
the
you
way.
get the most goals. Yeah.
There's not
So
only
is
Ronaldo.
Golden Glove the most saves then, or the
No,
just
Clean
the least
most clean
conceded?
sheets.
Oh right.
We
I
conceded
see.
2,
So
Italy
I
conceded 3.
I see why he got it before the final now.
Yep. Because it would be statistically impossible.
We
for
were the
us.
only team to get through to the semis without conceding a single goal as well.
Matters.
I
Good.
mean that stayed like we conceded the least goals for the entire tournament until the end.
But then Italy conceded pretty much the same amount over 2 or 3 years.
Yeah,
So, I mean,
but
their
that's
defence
Italy.
is clearly better.
Okay.
Yeah, no, but we're on about the Euros, and that's the fixture of the final, wasn't it? So it is relevant.
Italy do have the better defence, but
And keeper and midfield.
To be fair,
And
going into it,
arguably some better strikers.
Nah, not better striker, no. Nah, not better than Kane.
Apparently, Kane is like arguably like top 5 right now.
No, Kane
Or
overall
players or
is top
strikers,
2
or-
strikers in the world.
Top how many?
2.
2. What? So I guess
I'd say so too.
Ronaldo and
They won goal.
Yeah.
well then.
Lewandowski, for me, is the best in the world, then Kane.
Oh.
Same, yeah.
Ronaldo, I don't know whether I'd class as a striker or not.
Yeah, it's tricky because he plays them more now, but
Yeah, he seems to play there more, but he still seems to be
yeah, Rose.
50-50 kind of thing, and it's not like, yeah, as you say, he's not really that fixed central.
Yeah, but you wouldn't want to limit a player to just.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
him.
Like he's like Ronaldo is obviously better than Lewandowski and Kane,
Mhm.
but is he necessarily the better
Strikers,
pure natural striker?
out and out, number
Yeah,
9.
I don't think so, to be honest.
Did you
Mm.
have
Like,
work
top
the next
2
day,
players,
sir?
Messi. Sunday. Yeah,
So you
I
had
would have
work
had it
Monday.
Monday. Yeah,
What
Yeah.
time?
12 till 5 probably.
Oh, so there wasn't any point in you having like a late start because of the match then. I know some places were giving employees like a late start because they'd be like
Mhm.
up quite
We'd-
late.
No, finish early the previous day though. They closed
Ooh,
at 7
nice.
rather than 8.
Oh, for
so
the
you'd
game.
get time to
Oh, fair enough. I
I
saw
mean that didn't affect me. I still finished
Yeah.
at 5. I'm pretty sure, but still.
Tesco were doing that. They
really?
yeah, Tesco had closed stores at I think 7 or half 7 or something, so that employees could go off and watch the game.
Half
I
7's
have
not
no
really enough
clue,
though,
but-
because travelling.
Yeah,
Like,
What
but
if you
It
live more than half
Starts
hour
at
away?
8.
you gotta get
Yeah,
as much
exactly.
business as you
That's
can
why
before
I
the
like
game, I
what-
guess,
what
haven't
we
you?
did close at 7 because it's no one's really gonna live over an hour away, are they?
Mm. If that's the case,
You'd work somewhere different. Yeah, exactly. It's not really.
Talking about Tesco, actually, they put they put like it is, like ITES, then coming home, so they could put Tesco in the middle.
It.
And I
Oh,
saw.
for God's sake,
I remember. I think you had the pub when I told
Do you
this.
rate that? What's that?
Maybe you hadn't arrived by then. Someone on Twitter said this is like Tesco cursed our chances of winning. This is why we lost, because they did this like it is coming home.
Let's all go to Tesco's. We're coming home buys its best clothes.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a good season of CypCast. I don't know why I'm doing seasons or series. I don't know why. To be
Oh,
honest,
wait.
but...
What about team of the tournament? As you were on about
you
like
can go
best
team of the
players and all
tournament if
that
you want. Yeah.
stuff.
So team of the tournament. Let me get it up quick. Euros. Team of the
'Cause they,
tournament.
I think they did announce it today instead of yesterday.
Yeah. So it was. Oh, see, they've just given me a list.
Yeah,
They haven't-
Donnarumma got it. I do think it should have been Pickford.
Yeah, nah, definitely. should have been
Although I do
Pickford.
think clean sheets aren't really
still
a
think
thing. You shouldn't
that-
necessarily judge keepers off because it's an overall defensive.
I do think
Same,
that
yeah.
they're basing a lot of
But-
it off the Saka save. Because it
No,
did
it would just be the
ultimately
overall
win into the
shootouts.
tournament.
No, it would be the overall shootouts.
You think?
He did, yeah, as Taylor
Semis
said as
and
well. He
finals.
did, yeah.
And
He was
it
great in the
makes sense.
semi-final.
Yeah, it
They had a
makes
pen
sense.
shootout, and he did great. And then he did great in the final pen shootout as well. It's not going to be based off one individual save, just like it's not going to be based off one individual shootout. But the fact that
Makes
he was so good in two shootouts in the winning run,
Mm-hmm.
won him the award.
So we
Yeah.
Which
have
I disagree with because it's over 2 games.
team of the tournament. Donnarumma in goal, Walker, Bonucci,
Good.
Maguire, and
Fair enough. Good.
Spinazzola.
Yeah, I don't think him in the end.
I
Even though he
can't
was
He
great.
was
pronounce that
great. He
name.
was so good, but that injury.
Hodgeblurg,
Yeah.
I think that is, or something.
Weinberg.
Then Jorginho, Pedri,
Yes. Yeah, that's fair
Chiesa,
enough. Cheese
Lukaku,
man.
and Sterling. That is team of the tournament. I'm really glad that Sterling made it. To be honest, he was fantastic.
Yeah, no,
he didn't
Sterling
make
was
it.
great.
He cried.
It surprised me more than it should have, to be honest. Because, like, I use the same logic throughout, kind of thing. I think Rashford's normally really good for England.
Yeah.
Kane is, Maguire is, kind of thing. So it's like, irrespective of club form, they will normally guarantee you performances for England. But for some reason, I didn't think that for Sterling.
I don't
He's
know.
normally really good for England. And
Yeah.
he's has
He
a bit
was
of a
really good
disappointing
for us.
season. No, but I'm just using it as the logic. Yeah,
Yeah.
because he had a disappointing season.
Did you
Everyone was
imagine he'd have a
saying no,
disappointing
Grealish
Euros?
should. They were saying no, Grealish should start over him for
Yeah.
England. But in the end,
Mm.
it's like, nah, look how good he is actually for England.
Hopefully,
Mm.
the entire team can keep the same energy for Qatar 2022 with any luck.
Yes.
As I said in WhatsApp, the Euros was the warm-up. The World
Mhm.
Cup is the real deal.
Yes.
And like I said, in 2018, we came fourth, was it? Yeah, we came
Mhm.
fourth.
Mm-hmm.
2019, we
in the third
came
place.
third. 20
Beat Switzerland in the
then
shootout.
this
Pickford.
year, we came second. So, World Cup 2022,
We'll come
third,
third
'cause that's the one
position we've missed out.
Third in the Nations
thanks
League.
for winning it, Sam. Next year, it's coming home. I said that with a bit of hesitation because we've said it
You
for
see
quite a while
people
now.
saying
But
it already came home. The fact it was in the final brought people together and all that.
Yeah.
It's, like, oh, it's so painful.
I mean,
because it's just missing the whole point altogether, and they're just
Talking about-
reaching so much.
talking about happy hour again, I remember their Euros podcast, listened to the entire thing. I remember their one, Rory, I think it was his name is, he was talking about how, I think it was 2018, he was saying, although he didn't bring home any silverware, the country united, we all supported the lads during the game, like it was an amazing tournament for the most part, although we lost in the semis, obviously. But it united the country. It brought people happiness. So Nat Ray came home, but unfortunately just didn't
Yeah,
bring
that's
his
what it's all
silverware.
about in the end.
And it's the same thing this year. We made the final after 55 years. That's and that is history. Like, it might not be the history we wanted. We obviously wanted the win, but we still made history.
Yeah, it's huge, but it's not really the same. No one's really gonna look back and remember second place.
I will.
Overall,
The thing is-
obviously we will as English fans,
Thing
but
is,
like as an overall perspective,
Overall
Italy will be the ones
perspective,
remembered.
yeah, overall perspective,
It's not really
like
history. It's English history. It's
thing
English.
is, in history, Italy are going to be remembered as the ones that won it, but we're going to be remembered also. We're going to get that mention as like England managed to reach the final after 55 years, but unfortunately got beaten by Italy. So there's still a bit of history for us in there, but ultimately,
Not really.
obviously,
It's not going to
Italy will
then
still
go
take
down as 55 years. It'll just be Italy beats England.
Well, no,
That's all it'll be. There'll be no.
No, I don't.
And no,
I
because
don't
all the
see it that
attention will be
way.
on Italy. Because Italy, yeah, because you're English. The English won't remember it like that, but that's how history will remember it.
But
Not only that, they'll look back at it as one of the best teams of all time just because of their unbeaten record.
that
Like,
is
we all
true.
big up Spain. Tiki taka, tiki taka.
Exactly. Italy
won it
will be the
all.
ones remembered and going down in history, not so much us. We made our
I feel like-
national, local history.
I feel
type
like
thing.
we'll still get mentioned
but
because
not
we
the same.
made our own history by getting to the actual final.
Yeah,
but
but
they
there's
just
a
made
difference
the bigger
between
impact.
there's a difference between actual like overall history and national history kind of thing. And it's even then, if we go on a mad streak, I'm not saying we will. It's, if anything, it's impossible. If we go on a mad streak and win like 5 Euros, 5 World Cups in a row,
Oh, please.
no one's going to remember us coming second place now.
No, it's true.
It'll mean
Yeah.
nothing. It's not really history, is it? Because it could
Thing
easily be
is-
forgotten about.
Thing,
It'll be history. It would have
I've-
been proper
it'll-
history,
nah.
remembered forever if we won.
us getting into the final after it'll be mentioned, but they'll focus on us winning 5 World Cups in a row. That's how I feel like it'll
Exactly.
go. Like,
That's what I'm saying. But winners are the ones who remember. It's not second place.
so we'll still get a mention just because of how big of a final it was for us. But
Yeah, you get a
ultimately-
mention. You don't
yeah.
get remembered. You don't go in
Ultimately-
depth about it at all.
Ultimately, the focus will obviously be on Italy. There's no denying that, but we'll still get the mention, and like the mention that it was our first final in 55 years. We'll still get that mention, but obviously the main focus will be on Italy. As
Yeah, but it won't say
should be.
first final in 55 years. It'll just be
I feel like it
Italy
will.
Italy versus England who made the final.
No, I feel like because that's
No,
quite
because
a
they
big
won't go
thing
into
for us,
anything
though.
about. Yeah, that's big for us, not overall though. No one else cares.
Yeah, but it's
That's
like,
the point.
but if you're gonna talk
No,
about
no, no, that's
history,
what
you
I'm
need to
saying,
talk
it's
about
for
all
us.
of it.
Yeah, no,
Like,
no,
you
that's what I'm
can't just say,
saying.
"Oh,
It's
Italy faced England." You have to say
national
Italy
history,
faced
not
England
overall.
in their first final in 55 years, because that's the part of the history. You can't just leave part of the history out just because it doesn't.
No, I'm
it's
not saying it'd
relevant
be
at that point.
forgotten about. I'm just saying it won't be focused on. No one will learn it. No one will think about it. No one will whatever.
I won't deny. I mean, it's obviously going to be a bigger thing, like in history for our country rather than the world, but or even just Europe. But I do feel like that being our first final in 55 years will get a mention in.
Yeah, but it's first
his-
final in 55 years. It's not like it is the first final.
No, yeah, but
Also,
it's the first
not.
one. It's the first
I
one
do
major
think
tournament in
you're-
55 years. I feel like it will get a mention, but then it'll just be quickly like overshadowed by Italy.
I mean, Italy's like one stat that haven't even been focused on that much is how long they left between Euro victories, which they won it first in '68 and then just won it now. So we'll count it as 21. Why not 20? So that's 53 years of waiting, and we've gone finals between 55. So yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll have to see.
Thing is,
Will.
Italy aren't really strangers to finals in tournaments, but we are. So, for like, I mean, obviously for country, it's bigger than it is for continent, but
That's what I'm saying. It's individual history. It's not proper history.
Yeah, nah.
Like it'll be remembered. Everything will be remembered.
It'll be
Like
remembered in the
yeah,
country more
everything will
than
be
in
remembered.
the
If you look
continent.
hard enough, you'll be able to find out 1982's 19th placed First Division team who got relegated starting striker if you wanted.
I was just about to say, if only there was a 1962 Euros.
Yeah, you could find out something ridiculous like that. The
There
19th
wasn't.
place in the 1992 First Division relegated starting striker. If you look hard enough, you'll find it. Because anything will go down in history. The fact we beat Ukraine will go down in history because they made the quarterfinals or whatever it was.
It was cause, yeah.
Yeah, it'll all go down in history. It's just not the main points. No one, the 55 years bit won't be a main point. No one's gonna look back on that or think about it like that,
You don't think?
other than English people.
I think it's going to be a lot bigger in England. I mean, that's quite an obvious one. It's going to be bigger in England than any other country, obviously, but I feel like it'll still get just that small little mention in other
They'll
countries.
probably take the piss. They'll probably take the piss out of us, like.
That's
you
how
haven't
bad
been in
you
the final
are.
in 55
Yeah.
years.
Because if you're gonna write about
You
England making
write
the
about the team who
final,
won. You write about the game. You write about how it ended and all that. You speak about what it meant to the winning team. You speak about what it meant for winning team's players. You speak about how long it had been since the winning team had won something. You don't go, oh yeah, but the team who came second place hadn't been in a final in 55 years. If that was
Yeah,
anything
and that's
other
the
than
thing.
England, we wouldn't give a shit.
that's why I said that like we'll get like our history there. We'll get the small mention, but then like the main
That's
focus
what I'm
will be
saying,
in
our
Italy.
history. That's what I'm saying. There's a difference between our history and overall history. In our history, yeah, it'll be remembered. We'll
I
all
still
remember
feel
it for
like
sure, but
it'll be remembered in oval history because it is like huge. Like, because
but
no one.
is it? If Ukraine made it, would you go,
realistically,
oh yeah, but Ukraine made the final? No, you wouldn't care because we won it.
realistically, no one thought that it was going to be Italy and England. I mean, people could have thought it'd be Italy, but they wouldn't have thought against England. And that's not
I
even
mean,
like just our
Everyone
like,
was saying it's coming home. Everyone gassed us.
yeah,
as
but
a
I'm talking
minimum
about like
top
other
5
countries. I'm
team.
talking about like other
Chiellini
countries.
said it was obvious that we would make the final because we were pretty much home throughout.
Like, do you really think
We were
that
betting
French
companies'
fans, for
favourites
example,
for a time as well.
French fans, for example, do you really think they were saying like, "Ooh, might beat England and Italy in the final during the group stage"?
No,
or
because they
Oh,
would have
something?
said
it is
them.
coming home.
They would have said them and someone else. But
Exactly.
that
Like,
doesn't mean they'd exclude us because we were always within the running to make at least the quarters or semi-finals.
yeah, but not the final.
You know,
To-
but that's
to
not
the other
really that
country's
much of an
fans.
overachievement, is it?
To us, obviously, we're always gonna say like, "Oh, it's coming home. We're gonna make the final. We're gonna win," because that's obviously like we want to do that. But other countries probably would not have thought that we'd make the final, given we
probably
haven't done it in 55 years. But before the other night,
That's what I'm saying. They don't. Charlie, when was France's last final before the World Cup? Huh? No,
2000. Yeah.
let Charlie. Well, because he can't say they'll think about our history and go, oh yeah, but England haven't made it in 55 years. If you don't think that for the other teams, if you don't think it for the others, why would they for us?
no, that's not what I mean.
It's not how it works.
I'm not talking about like me and you discussing it in 20 years fucking time. I mean like, for example, like
I'm not saying 20 years
articles,
time.
like history articles would probably give it a mention because it is a part of history.
Yeah, and then you said, but what would France think? I'm trying to change your argument in your conversation because that's what you said.
France wouldn't have thought that we'd make the final, and then
Yeah.
They are French.
Yeah, and then you say, why wouldn't they have thought we'd made the final? Oh, because they haven't in 55 years. Yeah, but we wouldn't
Exactly.
think that about another country, would we? We wouldn't go, oh yeah, but they haven't made it in however long either. You look at the team, you look at the players, you look at the manager, and you go, this is how good they are now. You don't go, oh yeah, but they haven't done it in however many years. We
Yeah,
didn't
but
do that for Italy.
I'm not saying
What did
that,
Taylor
like,
say, 21 years, 22 years? You
Since
don't
what?
look at them and go, Italy's last final since they last won something. We didn't rule Italy out.
Mm,
We didn't say no, Italy can't do it because they haven't been in a final or won something in 20 odd years. You don't do that. You look at how they are now.
their last final was 9 years ago.
What about winning? You said no. What was it for winning? It was 80 something.
Their
Wasn't it?
last Euros win was 1968.
What was the actual last win though? That's what I mean. It was 80 something.
2006 World Cup.
Huh?
2006 World Cup.
Oh yeah, of course. I remember seeing it. Not
That's what I was
live.
literally
mean,
going to say about
actually,
the
as a stat.
French
I've
last
honestly forgotten what my
final
point
before
was now.
Euro
but
16.
I was gonna
I
make.
have
No,
no
I was
clue.
gonna say something else, but I've forgotten it now. To be honest, I
Mm,
mean,
cool.
we can agree to disagree. I think it's. I mean, it's undoubtedly written in our country's history, but I still
Mhm.
think it'll get a mention in bigger history. But that's before obviously they talk about Italy did this, Italy did that, Italy were better, Italy were this and that and shit. And
So
then
what you're saying is they'll gas up Italy and then go, oh yeah,
no,
but
no, no,
also
no, no,
England
no, no, no,
made
no.
their first final in
What
50 odd
what I'm
years.
saying is they'll gas England a small bit because it was quite a big thing for us, but then they'll gas Italy a
Yeah,
shitload
that's what I'm
more.
saying. It was a big thing for us, not in the overall perspective.
They'll gas us a little bit, but then they'll gas
But why?
Italy
Why
a
would
shit.
they?
Well, because
It
we
means
made
nothing in the overall perspective.
because we made the final and no one thought that we would make the final because it's just not a thing that it's not typical for us to make a final in any
Yeah,
sort
but
of
it's-
tournament. No
Mhm.
one thought. No one
Yeah,
in,
but it's not
in any other
typical for
country thought
Ukraine
that.
to make the quarterfinals either. And where's their credit?
Exactly. Well, the
I
thing
give them
is,
credit for conceding 4 goals to us.
When was Ukraine's last quarterfinal? Someone tell me. Someone tell me that.
you have a phone. You Google it.
No, because this is what you're saying is meant to be down in history. If it's so big for us, why is it not so big for them?
I'm not saying
You're
it's
only
not
saying it
big
because
for
you're an
them.
England fan.
I'm not saying it's not big for them.
No,
When
but
did I
you're
say
saying
it's
it will
not
go
big for
down in
them?
history and everyone will remember it and it will be written in history because how big and rare it was.
If
That's
that
what you said, your own words. So why is that not the same for Ukraine?
if that was Ukraine's first quarter final in say 50 fucking years, then yes, that could very well go down
Johnny,
in
it's
history.
Ukraine. That's probably their first quarterfinal ever.
Well, then that could go down in history. Then that's a big thing.
Yeah, for them, who gives a shit though? Because they weren't. They weren't
History
in the semis,
gives
they
a
weren't
shit.
in the final. Yeah, but does it though? Does it?
Well, yes, that's why it's written in history because history gives a
Yeah,
shit.
but is it written in history?
Well,
Have you
yes, it
heard
is.
anyone talk about this Ukraine team?
Yes, I have.
Oh
Reed
yeah,
did.
you know that guy, Zinchenko and Yarmolenko. Oh yes.
Reed
To be
did
fair,
before and after the game. Other countries did.
Shevchenko's got a lot of coverage.
That's true, but that's literally just the manager who was coincidentally a legend.
Yeah, Miguel Shevchenko.
So it is a bit different because of his size and image.
Yes, turns out he's actually a good manager. And no reason to
Southgate,
get beat.
I reckon Southgate will go down in national history, international history, I should
Yeah, nah.
say, because he's the one that got us through to the final, arguably. I say arguably because obviously it's mostly down to the players, but he can do all the tactics and formations and shit.
No, not mostly. It's
Like what I said in one of the other podcasts, like you can put a player at midfield if they're a defender, and it's just if they play well there. Like obviously it's a bad
it's
idea
not
to
just
put.
if they play well,
Yeah,
though,
but
because you tell them
it-
how to play, what to do. You give
It's
them the
obviously
specific instructions for every single moment in the game.
it's obviously a bad idea to put a player in a position that they don't normally play, like putting
Why? I mean, Christensen can play in midfield.
like
Rice
putting
started off as a
Trippier,
defender, and he had a great game in the final in
like
midfield.
putting Trippier at right back. I think it was that was the
Left
mistake.
back.
Left back, like putting Trippier left back.
But was it a mistake?
Well,
Did it turn
that's
around
the
and
thing,
bite us?
though.
We were just saying it wasn't the best decision, and sure or better. It doesn't mean it was a mistake to play Trippier then.
Well, that's what I'm saying, right? Because
Maybe
Is
if
it what you're
maybe if
saying, though?
Shaw
'Cause you said
actually
it was a
played the
mistake.
first game,
well,
he'd
that's
actually
what I'm
get into the
saying.
team of the
'Cause
tournament.
a lot of people said it was a mistake to put. A lot of people said that it shouldn't have happened, and he should be our right back, right?
But should he have been at right back, though?
Well, that's the thing. Because if he can play in left back, then I mean, if a player can play in that position, then it's down to the player kind of thing. If you get what I mean.
Do you mean
Is it
manager?
down to the player, though?
So like the manager can put a player in the wrong position, and it's down to the player to play well in that position by like passing,
But it's
dribbling,
not down
whatever.
to the player because the manager tells them how to play. The manager will give them instructions,
So
and
then it's down
he
to the
will get them
manager
playing good.
to tell them how to play in this position that they don't usually play, and then it's down to the player to actually take on that feedback or advice or whatever and play properly in that position based on what the manager said. Obviously, a player should be put in their proper position, but
Should they? Look at Rice. Would his career be anywhere near what it is now if he was still a centre back?
oh no, would it, Sam? You answer that.
No, it wouldn't. No, he wouldn't have been called
Well,
up to the Euros at all. He
Would-
wouldn't have had the
would
performance that he
Kante-
had in the final.
Would Kante play? I was gonna say any worse a defender, but
Everyone changes position.
Kante basically is a defender while being a midfielder, while being a fucking attacker, while being a fucking goalkeeper at this point.
Kante started out as a striker and idolised Maradona, for crying out loud. Reece James started as a striker and idolised Drogba.
Mm.
Everyone changes position. It's a good idea, and it's how the managers at the time then gets you playing. If they get you playing even better and develop you better in that position, then it's a good idea to move them.
But surely
that becomes their new best
putting
position.
a player in the wrong position could be bad because they're not like used to playing in that, and they can easily make
Yeah,
a
it
mistake
could be.
there.
It depends how you do it, though. Trippier had played at left back before.
So
That's why they
also-
were thinking about taking
I'm
so many
kind
right
of on
backs.
both sides of the argument here.
Lubber.
Because I feel
What,
like
Charlie?
I'm kind of on both sides of the argument because I feel like a player can adapt to being in a position that they don't usually play, but I also feel like
But no one said they can't adapt.
Trippier.
yeah, but that's the thing. Like, a player can adapt to it, but at the same time, if you put a player in the wrong position, they can easily make mistakes that they shouldn't.
Yeah, which is
kind of
why
thing.
you give them experience and train them and practice them in position before. Trippier had experience in that other position. He had been built
Well, I
up,
didn't even know
and he's
that.
got the experience to do so.
As far as I was aware, that was his first time ever being in that position.
No, he'd had games there before.
I mean, to be fair, I don't. Who does Trippier play for?
Atletico
Atleti.
Madrid.
See, I don't. The only times I've watched Atletico Madrid was when we were in the round of
He
16
played for
with them.
Tottenham last season.
Last season being the one that
So-
just ended.
No, season before.
Well then, there you go. The season that I didn't watch.
Yeah, you watching. Yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying. You using his club as an excuse because it's foreign and you don't watch. But it's not really a great excuse considering you've only watched football properly for not too long.
Yeah, but I can say that someone is good in a position if they get the ball around, they tackle well. Like, for example, I can say that Reece James is a good right back because he can play down the ring. He doesn't get tackled easily. He tackles people easily. He's good at defense. He can score a goal, especially from outside the fucking box as well, by the way.
Or that Brighton goal.
Yeah. Like,
Some of
he's-
his goals.
he's
Did you
a
see
good-
that Wigan goal? I need to send you that clip.
I'll watch it in a
Yeah,
minute,
do.
but I can say he's a good player based off that. Like, even just based off 7 months.
He's the
Like,
only,
you
he's
see
the
quite a lot in that
only
time.
lone player we've had who I've actually properly watched for their loan club. I watched a decent, acceptable amount of Wigan games.
Oh god, you poor thing.
I mean, technically I was watching Reece James and he yes. It's decent. To be fair, if you count Ziyech, I watched every Ajax game since like that January, February after we signed him.
Mhm.
Well,
So I'm not sure if you count that as a loan.
England
it was
lost
a-
the Euros, unfortunately. The team played amazingly, though. To be fair, just unfortunately came short in the end. But we did have an amazing Euros. We did set history for our own country. We set records, I guess, in a way. Yeah, no, we actually did set record. I mean, we did. We conceded the least goals of anyone in the tournament, which is
There we
quite
go. I've got the
a
goal,
feat.
Charlie.
I'll
This
watch it in a
Reece
minute.
James goal. It is for Wigan, and it won their goal of the season. I'm pretty sure.
Yes,
So
I think you're right. Yeah.
England
I don't see why it
unfortunately
wouldn't. It
lost.
matters. Charlie, watch that 30-second
I'll watch it
clip.
in a minute.
Just no. I want a live reaction for Potty.
Live reaction, right? So they can't even see what I'm watching. Brilliant.
To be fair, you
It's
can give
literally
us
titled
check
Wonder
key.
Strike has Chelsea loanee Reece James hit Lactic's goal of the season.
Okay, so
From the
suddenly,
Wigan official
the
account 2 years ago.
listeners are able to watch the video in their minds just by knowing that. Fucking hell!
No, but they can look at.
I'll admit it was a very good goal, but
No, they
yeah.
can look it up now, so they can see it. You'll probably only get 2 views again, but still.
You focus.
Sam's being kicked after this one. Conveniently on season 2 as well.
Season
It's
2,
been-
staff change.
Breaking news.
Oh, that's actually, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, doing a cabinet reshuffle. So the first one of the series was with Chris discussing his life as a gamer and musician without a PC. He has got a PC now. I say it's the same PC, it's just fixed. Then it was the European Super League, which was the death of football in some ways, but thankfully that actually got cancelled, and now
Phew.
Florentino Perez is
Wow.
probably crying, thank God. Then it was just a welcome to the CypCast. Then it was the most shambles podcast ever, which was supposed to be about the universe, but ended up being about
Oh.
Star Wars and dildos, I think.
Who knows?
Then we had Ghosts, then we had the group stage for the Euros, the knockouts, the quarterfinals, the semi-finals, and now we had the finals, which unfortunately England lost. But you know what? We played bloody well. We had a bloody good Euros, and I'm bloody proud of the team for what they did. Didn't come home. Yes, didn't come home in the way we wanted it to, but it united a nation.
United a nation so much that wife beatings have gone up 40%, and foreign minorities have been racially abused.
United a nation before the final. Or before we lost it anyway.
Well, I mean, even that's debatable, really. Did you see the violence in the build-up?
United the nation. United the
before the
nation.
final.
United the nation before the Italians came in and unfortunately got attacked. Unfortunately, united a nation against Italians.
At what point do we say the country is shit?
Oh, we said that before the Euros. We said that before we were born, Taylor.
I've said it throughout, and I've been shat on for it.
Yeah, no, I mean,
At the end of the day, I'm just ahead of the curve.
at every opportunity, Sam has trashed the team. He's even had a go at them for celebrating their fucking tournament.
I mean, as usual, we've got a bottler leading the line for us. If you're starting a Tottenham striker, you're asking to lose. That's all I'm saying.
Alright, do you know, you've been an ex-Southgate, you start...
Next Southgate.
You start...
Think I'm that shit? I wouldn't relegate
Okay,
Middlesbrough, I swear.
you be the first SJPP manager, and then you put Mount as a striker for the England team. And
He actually did play there
Honestly,
a couple
that
of
could
times.
actually
He played false
be
9 after
good.
too short, and he was
He
good.
did play
So,
well. I'm not saying that he's going to play worse than Kane, but I am interested in who would score the most goals between them two if you put them two in the same position, but just in
Kane,
different tournaments.
because look at his positioning and runs and finishing. They're different
then.
players. Mount would be a false 9 and a creative striker. Kane would be the complete striker / finisher.
So all
It's
in all,
completely different players.
it didn't come home in the way we wanted it to, but it did make the nation happy before we lost.
All in all, I'm forgetting Sam's point. I'm going to end the podcast so I don't get embarrassed.
Essentially, yeah. All in all, Sam's got a point. I'm a bit thrashed, especially after the pub. It's been a good series. We'll be back
Yeah.
on the
Dun,
19th
dun, dun.
for a very probably be the longest podcast we'll ever do. Actually, you'll see what it's about. I mean, you can probably guess what it's about actually, but you'll see what it's about when it gets uploaded, and that'll be the start of series 2. So that'll be 19th of July, hopefully 8 p.m. UK time. See you then. Bye.